This is Marketplace. Lured by an irresistible deal?
How much do you think you spent on your impulse buys?
Maybe about $100.
We take a deep dive into your mind
It was 2 for $3, which I thought was a fabulous deal.
and expose retail tricks that make you spend big.
One ad that they're showing me is like crack cocaine.
We're going to teach you how to fight back against the hard sell
A lot of the persuasion tactics are working on your subconscious brain. You're just not aware of it.
and take a ride in the Marketplace time machine.
The experts that we checked with all agree that we've been brainwashed by all those advertisements and label claims.
This is your Marketplace.
I love the spicy foods.
Ever find yourself being lured in, reaching for items not on your list?
Oh, I got some habanero pepper sauces too.
You're not alone. Research shows nearly all of us buy on impulse.
Looks good.
All right.
To learn why, we're going deep inside the minds of these shoppers.
Feels cold, but it's fine.
These headsets track activity in the brain. The glasses follow eye movements. What our testers see and feel as they shop is being recorded.
It's so high tech.
Your favorite stores use all kinds of tricks of the trade to get you to spend. To test just how effective these tactics are, we're setting loose a team to make over this independent grocery store, Sun Valley. They'll put in place the secrets the big guys use. When we're done, we'll see if shoppers here buy more. Of course, stores of every kind are using creative tactics to get you to spend. Half of the shoppers we spoke to said they've spent $100 or more on impulse. 1 in 10 say those purchases cause them financial strain. Could knowing more help us resist those impulses and save money? To find out, we've recruited volunteers to test out Sun Valley before and after our retail makeover.
Say I'm good at avoiding the strategies.
I'd like to think I was a bit of a savvy shopper.
Jeff Gooden and Kay Carb think they're smart shoppers. Maybe you do too. Almost 9 out of 10 shoppers we surveyed believe they're aware of the strategies retailers use.
Some olive oil.
To find out exactly what kind of impact these tricks can have, our testers will be closely monitored. Our guide here is Diana Lucacci.
Just 95% of all our decisions are driven by emotion, and this has to do with the way the brains are wired.
Her company uses neuroscience to tap into our emotions. These headsets, they pick up frustration, that's the red line, excitement, the blue line, and just how engaged you are, that's the green line.
How do you feel about someone watching your brain work as you're shopping?
That's kind of creepy. I'll be interested to see the results for sure.
So here's your assignment.
Thank you.
This is your grocery list. We're hoping you'll shop for a little dinner party.
We're also giving our shoppers the option to pick up anything else that catches their eye. Here's Jeff's brain at work. From 10 feet away, he catches sight of something he likes.
It's very specific of exactly where he's looking.
Exactly.
And then how is this useful to a retailer?
This is information they would otherwise never know. They get to see in real time how somebody feels second by second, how people make decisions beyond what they're willing to tell you.
Diana will take this data back to her lab to compare how our shoppers react both before and after the makeover.
Take these off the shelf, and let's see how these fit up here.
Sun Valley's owner, Jim Bexis, competes with major chains with hefty budgets for state-of-the-art shopping science. So to help, we've recruited Buy More expert, Bryn Weingard.
Certainly the big guys are using this consumer psychology, the neuroscience, so that people will come in, enjoy their experience more, and spend more money.
Bryn's a retail and marketing consultant.
Okay, so this is Sun Valley.
She's usually hired by multi-million-dollar companies to pump up sales.
These cans you might not want at eye level.
But she's agreed to lend her expertise to our experiment to see if the latest retail intelligence will get Sun Valley's customers to spend more.
That's $99.20.
A few days later, we're ready to put her plans in place. We wait for the last shoppers to leave Sun Valley for the night. And our makeover team moves in. Of course, Bryn's here too. And Jim with a team of staff.
So you want that table up?
I'm thinking both these end tables go.
We've got until the store reopens in the morning to put all of Bryn's buy more ideas in place.
Okay guys, let's get these buggies down the aisle, out of the way.
Right away, everyone sets to work cleaning up and creating more space.
Yeah, ice over here, water over here. Carts on this side. It's great.
Bryn's first suggestion.
What do you see here?
That's just too crowded. Oh, we have to kind of squeeze by, exactly. And there's interesting research to say that when women's bums or rear ends were grazed, they actually were more likely to leave the store within 5 minutes.
Really? And someone did a study on that?
Someone actually did a study on that.
Grazed bums, no more. Out these bins go. Here she has a strategy that's been sneaking up on all of us for years. Bigger baskets.
Since the 1970s, basket sizes have increased about threefold. And so baskets that are larger mean that people buy more things because they figure their shopping job isn't over until they've filled that basket.
Psychology behind the price signs, too.
I'm Jim. We're wondering about all caps in the interest of consistency.
That's not what you guys sent me.
I don't mean to send you back to the drawing board, but that way it's like, perfecto. Thank you.
Ever notice sale signs all look alike? Here's a surprise.
There are 3 colors that are processed by the brain at a very subconscious level before your conscious brain is able to process it, and that's red and yellow and white.
I feel like I'm conscious when I'm in the grocery store, but you're telling me there's something else going on that I'm not even aware of?
A lot of the persuasion tactics that are at work in a retail space are working on your subconscious brain. You're just not aware of it.
Now that sounds sneaky. Another trick on the subconscious, limiting the number of sale items shoppers are allowed to buy.
What that will create is a concept of scarcity in people's minds, and so they'll be more likely to want to maximize to the limit of 4.
So only 5 per customer or something like that, and people think, oh wow, I better get it.
I better get all 5. So a little bit lower. Try 3 inches higher, just a little bit higher.
New signs above the aisles too, but not too much information on those. When you hunt for what you want, you buy more along the way.
Very nice.
The night's just getting started, but the pressure's already on.
Moving along. If we didn't have the cameras in our face, it'd be quicker.
We'll check back in just a bit. Bruce Chambers is a former advertising executive who spent 30 years in the business.
The average alcohol bill in restaurants was 40% higher when slow music was playing.
Nowadays, he broadcasts a regular feature on CBC Radio, revealing tricks of the trade.
I'm at a stage in my career where I'd sort of like to begin to undo some of the wrongs that I've done.
What he knows?
If marketers can engage our emotions quickly enough and strongly enough, we can have made the purchase and be out the door before our rational mind says, hey, what just happened here?
So you're saying marketers don't really want you to think?
I think they'd rather we didn't think.
How would we turn it off? Oh, here it is. Woohoo!
Back at Sun Valley, another idea to get more money out of your wallet. Expensive pre-made meals at the front of the store.
This is great. So these sandwiches are going in this unit once this unit's clear.
When you're in a hurry, you're less likely to care about price.
You know what would be nice, Mike, up there? Those hippie snacks we got right there.
But Bryn's plans to move this lower-cost fruit away from the front causes some friction.
You're killing my sales. Nobody's going to buy anything there. You know that, eh?
In there?
Oh, yeah. Not.
It's a dead zone?
Well, it is a dead zone.
He's not convinced this strategy will work. You might not be either, yet.
I need to have them refrigerated. And over there, I know they're going to die.
And we have so much to put in this section, right? Like you have
Can
all
we try?
that.
Let's try.
Yeah?
Let's try.
Bryn wins this one. But there's still lots of changes to make and only a few hours left before Sun Valley opens in the morning.
Dazed and confused, does IKEA profit from the lost?
My list was table legs and a bed. And is that all you got? No, I got lots of small items too.
Plus, vintage brainwashing?
So you don't need all those polishes after all.
Have you made big impulse buys? Share your shopping regrets at cbc.ca/marketplace. Your Marketplace, getting you the real deal.
We're revealing the insider information retailers use to get you to buy more. And who hasn't bought more than they intended from IKEA?
Okay.
So successful, they're now doubling the number of locations across Canada, even though most trips there go something like this.
I was lost. Like, I actually got lost. I find it confusing.
I had to go through everything first and then finally get to what I want.
Yes, those winding walks through showroom after showroom are confusing on purpose, according to retail experts.
So what were you here to buy today?
A mirror.
And what's all this then?
Pillows. I have another one in my bag. And lots of candles. Like 6 in here. And chocolate, of course.
We bought a kid's couch. So that was not on the list.
Was that your idea?
Yeah.
My list was table legs and a bed. And is that all you got?
I've got some Christmas wrapping paper, Christmas decorations, little baubles.
Oh.
And I've got small gift items, lovely little.
All these shoppers have experienced something called the Gruen Effect, a phenomenon named after the architect who actually invented malls. It refers to that moment when people become disoriented, forget what they actually came to buy, and start shopping on impulse. Bruce Chambers was a marketing insider for 30 years.
Now, if someone does go into IKEA and spends way more than they plan to, is IKEA to blame?
The retailers themselves are only playing the role that they're supposed to play.
To maximize shareholder return.
Yeah, exactly.
How much do you think you spent on your impulse buys?
Maybe about $100.
Really?
I spent about $30 more.
IKEA won't say if its store design is intended to disorient shoppers, only that it's meant to provide inspiration.
Whatever the intention, there's no question that the layout does inspire a lot of impulse shopping.
Close to a third of the shoppers we surveyed said they often regret the buys they made on impulse. 5% said giving into those buys meant they couldn't pay for necessities. As for the average amount of debt Canadians owe, it's now over $21,000 each.
Imagine what our personal lifestyle would be like if we could try to ignore some of those messages and spend a little bit less, and therefore we wouldn't have to work so hard.
Good luck with that, especially once you get a look at this latest sophisticated strategy our makeover team is installing. This monitor, it's got a little secret.
Just walk up to it and be judged.
The ability to do something called facial coding. It can actually detect if you're a man or woman, young or old. See, she gets an ad for chicken.
Roasts.
And he gets one for beef.
Is there any benefit to consumers from all of this?
As a consumer might say, well, yeah, it's nice that I'm not being bothered by all those other ads, but in fact, that one ad that they're showing me is like crack cocaine. That is a really, really hard one to resist.
Another thing most of us can't resist, samples.
If we are given something for free, feel as though we are indebted and therefore more likely to purchase what it was we were given.
Do you think that most consumers realize that that's part of the process, part of the deal when they take a sample?
Yeah, so most don't. This is actually a very subconscious process.
Our team brings in Sun Valley's new sampling station. Finally, 4:30 in the morning, and the new improved store is just about ready.
Last one.
But before we go, one final touch. Changing the music. Believe it or not, slow tempos slow shoppers down, increasing the amount of time spent in the store and increasing purchases by as much as 38%. Jim will track a month's worth of sales with Bryn's new strategies. But we're already rigging up 2 new test shoppers. Shaliza Villani-Karim and Trevor Theobald.
I'd say I'm pretty savvy.
The odd time a couple of bags of chips will show up in the cart, but that's okay.
Let's see how they do. Soon enough, the new prepared meal section at the front has both shoppers' attention. Remember the blue line? It shows a positive feeling, excitement. Look at Trevor's reaction, starting to peak as he grabs a meal from the new hot stand.
I just didn't need a lot of thought. So I walked in, it was there. I guess if I wasn't shopping for all this, I could have grabbed it, paid and left. And it could have been in here for 45 seconds.
What about the new marinade display?
It actually attracted me because it was right next to the meat.
Same for Trevor. His eyes zone in. Another positive peak. And in his cart it goes. Compare that to when Jeff bought the same item on his list. The red frustration line spiked as he scanned the overwhelming amount of choice. The sampling station?
Wow, it is really good.
Maybe that feeling of indebtedness has been triggered. She adds it to her cart.
Okay.
And she's not the only one buying in. In a matter of hours, 10 cases sell. How much of a disadvantage are shoppers at if retailers are using techniques that actually bypass their conscious mind?
People will always make the decisions consciously. It is not possible for anybody to have the kind of power to make you do something you don't want to do. The science is not there. But the science is there to show, and I think everybody should be aware that most of your decisions are being made at an emotional level.
Before starting their shopping, all 4 of our testers said they were disciplined shoppers. But by checkout time, 3 had given in to impulse.
I got Jell-O.
Red hot sauce there. Got the extra hot.
It was at the end of the aisle, and
I did get the Rivita.
As for the cream cheese, it was because I saw it was on sale.
I figure, I like the tin. That's a keeper.
I wouldn't usually buy romaine lettuce, and I definitely usually wouldn't buy 2 packages because I wouldn't need it. But it was 2 for $3, which I thought was a fabulous deal.
Maybe you can relate. According to our poll, the most popular reason for making an impulse buy? It was on sale. Our brain test shows our changes did impact what our testers bought. It also found a drop in overall frustration after overstocked areas were cleared. Sun Valley's regulars are buying in too.
I like the way the hot food is in the front.
I just had a general impression that it's gourmet.
We're going to teach you how to fight back against the hard sell.
Try to spot the message. Try to spot what's going on.
Check out our Buy Less tip sheet. And our Marketplace time bomb explodes a polished claim. Fed up with self-checkouts? Find out what we're doing about it right now on Facebook.com/CBC Marketplace. Companies have been trying to get you to buy stuff you don't need for years. Ready, set, it's a time bomb. Flashback 1976.
Furniture polishes. Are they really necessary? The experts that we checked with all agree that we've been brainwashed by all those advertisements and label claims. Now, you know the kind I mean. They say furniture polishes are necessary to protect the finish from drying out.
Of the furniture being manufactured over the past 20 years, a furniture salesman and a manufacturer say it's not necessary to maintain or protect finishes with polishes or waxes. The finish itself is more durable than anything that can be applied over it.
What happens is that every time you wax or polish, you're really applying another sticky layer to catch the dust and the dirt and the fingerprints.
If this had been in a home and had the same type of glossy finish, it would have been lacquered, and I would say don't do anything to it. Except don't put your nail polish remover on the surface. That's all.
When you say don't do anything to it, from day to day,
Dust it, yes.
So you don't need all those polishes after all. You just need a little elbow grease and a clean cloth for polishing and dusting.
That was yesterday's upsell. Today, it's all about tapping into your subconscious. So did all those insider tricks pay off for Sun Valley's owner, Jim Bexus?
Sales have gone up. Foot traffic has gone up on a weekly basis, and it's just not 1 week. It's been 4 weeks consecutive. So we're very happy and pleased about that. We love the grab-and-go section. The homemade soups we have in that section have gone up huge in sales.
A 25% increase.
It was right here, and she's starving, so we needed to get something ready-made.
The cut fruits we have there, we've seen a huge increase in that.
Another 20% and even more for these dips at the front. Good news for Jim. He believes it's good for his shoppers, too.
We're also providing items that our customers didn't have in our store before. There seems to be a need. They're buying them, so therefore, the result is win for them, win for us.
But if you want to protect yourself from falling under the spell of the tricks retailers use,
I would recommend not shopping on an empty stomach. This is a basic, but a lot of people do it.
Don't shop unconsciously.
Make sure that you have a list and then that's all that you'll buy.
You try to spot the message. Try to spot what's going on.
Check out our Marketplace Buy Less tip sheet. Bigger carts mean bigger spending. Just use your hands or reach for the smallest cart or basket. Don't get mazed and confused by store layouts that make you forget what you're really looking for. Stick to your list. Skip last-minute sales. Pressure can make you buy more of what you weren't looking for. And tune out that Muzak. It makes you buy more. Plug in your headphones and shop to fast, upbeat music. Marketplace. Don't go shopping without it. The ultimate ride-along.
Okay, see, he's in a hurry, right?
Yeah, he is.
Why some tow truck drivers are desperate to get you hooked.
We're wondering if you're following the bylaw. So you just showed up here without him actually calling you in?
Rushing to help you out or racing for secret commissions.
I would like my car back.
I felt duped. I felt tricked.
Shouldn't people know when they're brought here that tow truck drivers are secretly benefiting?